Wow. And what are some of the things that you see God doing in the metaverse in this age group?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Frankie, you're asking these questions, but right? Frankie has
Yeah, I've
been in
been there.
there with
I've
us.
been there.
Frankie is part of Meta Crusade, and Frankie has seen miracles. See, we were having crusades, right? I remember you were hosting this crusade, and we invited these young people up, and then they were getting healed. If any, like I feel like these people have these things. Is it about somebody has a back injury? They come up, and these there are so many that we couldn't record. But in every single service, we're seeing people get healed. And I'll give you a specific one. There was a guy who couldn't hear in one ear. And I think Joel, which is our third guy, another guy who comes in and ministers with us, Joel, he comes up and he starts praying for this guy, right? And then you got these three other guys around and they're all skeptic and they're in the metaverse. We're all praying our characters, but you can move your character's hand. So he literally moves his character's hand to touch the other guy as if he was laying hands in real life, right?
Wow.
And the dude was like, whoa, hold on a second. Let me check. And he had to, in real life, take his headphones off. And he's like checking. He's like, I can hear. And the other guys are like, no way, no
No
bleeping
way.
way. It's real. They'll start cursing and saying all these bad words, but but you can censor that stuff. But anyways, these guys are freaking out. And they're like, hey, pray for me. And it becomes something that they never expected. I came in here just to hang out with my friends. Some friend invited me into this room. What is this weird digital church? Who's this guy up there preaching about Jesus? The Holy Spirit shows up in their room. The Holy Spirit starts to give them encounters to show them who Jesus is. And the word starts to get implanted into their hearts. And we've seen fruit. Here's another testimony. I was teaching kids how to, I was invited to preach and to preach about Jesus and do an altar call. So I did that at one of these young guys' church. He built a church. He got on fire from the Lord by coming to our church. He built a church. He said, Pastor Dominic, can you come and preach at my church? I'm inviting a bunch of friends to an event. I was like, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Keep doing that. So I came, I preached. The room was full, packed. We had like 10 people come up and receive Jesus. They came up to the
Come
altar.
on.
This is in the
Wow.
metaverse, okay? But
In the metaverse.
he said afterwards, and you see their avatars walk up, and I asked their avatar to take a knee. They take a knee, and then they come up. I wish we could share a screen. Maybe next episode or something, you can show little clips of what actually happens. Then he says, "Hey, Pastor Dominic, I built a baptismal in the back. Can we go back there? We could teach people about water baptism." I said, "Absolutely." So we
Wow.
went all the way back there. We started getting water baptized digitally, but it wasn't. Listen to me. I understand what that's doing. Oh, yeah, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. It's an introduction, and it doesn't replace real water baptism. We encourage all these kids to join a real church and to get some real discipleship if they decide not to take the digital discipleship that we provide. But we do the whole gamut, okay? But they're in the place. Would you rather them be shooting at each other with guns and acting crazy, or would you rather them pretending and to do water baptism and learning about the doctrine
Baptism.
behind that?